everybody. I am Dr. Fulzele, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Brahmapuri. Today we are going to talk about reading and comprehension. I welcome you all in the lecture second, reading and comprehension. Dear friends, while talking about reading and comprehension, here we are going to talk about the meaning of the term reading comprehension, what it is to read quickly, then factors that bring about variations in reading speed. Then we are talking about subskills of reading, and then we are talking about bad reading habits. Dear friends, to read means to look at and understand the meaning of written or printed words or symbols. One can do it either silently or loudly, but the purpose is to understand what one goes through. Reading assumes understanding. Reading is of no use if there is no comprehension. The degree of your understanding of the passage will depend on how many questions you are able to answer properly. The value of your reading will depend on how much you are able to comprehend. Then we are talking about how we are taking our reading speed. Reading is one of the important means of acquiring knowledge. There is a lot to read. For example, books, magazines, newspaper, reference material, etc. We cannot afford to read slowly. We have to read fast. So, reading really means going through printed or written matter quickly with maximum understanding. The speed of reading varies according to the kind of matter one is reading and the purpose for which it is read. There is variation in reading speed. So, slow, average and fast. Sometimes we read slowly, sometimes we read at an average, and second time we read fastly. So, purpose. If you are reading study material, so speed is slowly. So, good reader read the study material 200 to 300 words per minute. 80 to 90% comprehension will be there. Then average reader who used for everyday reading of magazines or newspaper, so he reads 350 words to 500 words per minute, and there will be 70% comprehension. A fast reader who skim the text used when higher speed is required. Comprehension is intentionally low. He reads 800 words, more than 800 words per minute, and there will be 50% comprehension. So it has been observed that the reading speed varies according to the type of text one is reading, of serious nature, explanatory, argumentative, reflective, scientific, philosophical, journalistic, literary, etc. The second important thing, the aim for which one is reading to kill time, to entertain oneself, to look for information, to get the main ideas. The third important point, the amount of comprehension required to look for specific items of information or to gain complete understanding. The fourth important thing has been observed, the skills one knows as a reader, one's eye fixation, one's reading vocabulary, the numbers of words one can understand while reading, one's understanding about the language being read, and one's mastery over the subskills of reading. So all these things are important while reading the particular text. Now we are talking about what are the subskills of reading. The first important thing is understanding lexical items, their conceptual meanings, parts of sentence, relationships between sentences and grammatical devices. This is the subskills of reading. You must understand the relationships between sentences and grammatical devices. Then second subskill of reading is locating the main idea and supporting details. The third one is selecting relevant facts and pieces of information. Then fourth one is grasping the general idea in the passage. Then another important thing, grasping the general idea in this passage means skimming. And the next subskills of reading is locating a specific piece of information, means looking for particular information or specific information, that is scanning. Then another skill, interpreting the text by going outside it. Then next important skill, that is reading at the different rates for different purposes, scanning and skimming intelligently when necessary. Then another important skill, reading with varying degrees of comprehension for complete absorption of all details to noting only the main points. Then another important point, thinking selectively during the process of reading, relating significant statement and distinguishing between facts and beliefs, facts and comments. Then another important subskill, that is anticipating events and arguments and actively responding to them. And the last one, that is using the dictionary. These are some of the important subskills of reading which we have to use while reading for to be an effective reader. Then it is rather obvious that for the kind of passage you have just read, your speed should have been about 350 words per minute. What is your speed? If your speed is not up to the mark, then you can try to improve it. Most of us are not able to read quickly with adequate comprehension for two reasons, and lack of mastery over the reading subskill and bad reading habits. Then what are the bad reading habits? The very first bad reading habit is a wrong posture. While reading, Reader sits in an awkward position, cannot place or hold the book or paper etc. properly. The distance between the book and the eyes is inadequate. So this is one of the wrong or one of the bad habits of reading, that is wrong posture. Then another bad reading habit is unwanted movement. Some people have the habit of moving their lips even when they are reading silently. Some move their head from one side to another. These movements slow down the speed of reading. So avoid the unwanted movement. Then another bad reading habit is putting a finger on every word. Some people place their finger, pen or pencil on what they are reading and keep on moving it from one word to another as they read. So this is the bad reading habit. And the last bad reading habit is a subvocalization. While reading silently, some utter the words to themselves, mumble or read aloud in their mind. So this is bad reading habit. Now coming to the conclusion, if you want to be a good or efficient reader, you will have to get rid of these bad reading habits. Fast readers are good readers. They are fast because they have learned to understand print material quickly, and they understand quickly because they give themselves constant practice in understanding. Thank you very much.